But if you and me don't have any imagination, we are not creativity, maybe we will have a lot of problems. We need the imagination, and we need to awake all creativity that we need when we are designing and making some presentation. So Albert Einstein has the reason in this quote. Okay, let's go ahead, and I want to start. Always, maybe you know, I have a lot of questions when I start with my classes. And here I have a question for you. What is the question? The question is, what is creativity, or what is the creativity? What do you think? What do you think? What is creativity? Maybe you watch their little boy analyzing, thinking. I don't know. He's thinking some ideas. He's watching the question, but I need that you think like this little boy is thinking in this class. What is creativity? What do you think is creativity? Do you need the creativity? Do I need the creativity? Yes, sure, we need the creativity. But what is the answer about this question? The answer is very, very easy, but is very important too. The creativity, you can search and find it in a dictionary or in the internet, and you can read that creativity is the ability to create. To create what? To create anything. To create a product, to create a new service, to create a university, to create a new career, to create your house, to create your own business, to create a lot of things. It doesn't matter, but we need to have this ability. I think that all people around the world have this ability, but maybe not all people use it. What do we need to become creativity? We need to create. We need to do. We need to make it. We need to practice. We need to go ahead and take advantage and generate some ideas, new ideas, and learn from the experts. If we are talking, for example, about Microsoft PowerPoint, about presentations, about the use of this software, we need to learn about the most famous presenters in the world, and to awake the ability to create. When you awake this ability to create, you are ready to create anything that you need. Maybe you have a lot of problems. Maybe you are in a trouble. You don't know what to do. You don't find any answer, and maybe you are scared. But remember, you are you have a lot of creativity inside you, but you need to awake it. You need to awake the ability to create, and start creating, and accept this challenge, and start to create anything. When you start creating anything, you are awakening this ability named creativity. So the answer about this question, what is creativity, is that creativity is to do. Creativity is to start. Creativity is to begin doing something. And what is the advice to learn this ability is watching the experts, learning from the experts, maybe to do a lot of questions, asking something, and awakening this ability to make anything that you need, anything that you want. And when we are talking about to make presentations, we need this ability, the ability to create. Let's go to make an emphasis in PowerPoint. What about PowerPoint? What do you think about PowerPoint? Is it useful or it is not useful? What do you think about the new version? Maybe this month, Microsoft start to sell the new version of PowerPoint. I'm talking about the Microsoft Office 2021. And all of us, the informatics, are waiting for this new version. Maybe not only PowerPoint, but Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Access, Microsoft Project, Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft InfoFat, a lot of software that has Microsoft. We can start to search a lot of new features. But in the case of PowerPoint, we can use a lot of features, new features that maybe Microsoft PowerPoint always we offers to watch and to use when we are designing some presentations. But is only Microsoft PowerPoint the only one choice, the only one option when we need to start making some presentations? I am asking to you, what do you think? Is PowerPoint the only choice, or we have a lot of choices today to for work online, for example? What do you think? I have here some examples that you can connect. You can search in Google, you can go to the site, and you can start designing a new and a good presentations, very, very useful presentations. Maybe the most famous, the ultimate most famous presentation is Prezi. But this is not the only choice. We have, for example, Bisme. You can read in your screen. We have, for example, Hikey Deck. We have Emaze. We have Keynote. This is a good tool. We have Ludus. We have Slice, Slidebin, Soho, Powtoon. If you like to design using some cartoons, for example, you can use Powtoon. This is a good tool. We have Canva. Canva is very useful because have a lot of choices to choose, and only to change the letter, to change the pictures, and very quickly you have your presentation with using Canva. Genially is a new option that we have to work online with presentations, because have good features, good tools, good options to design a new presentation. We have another choices like GoAnimate, Google Slides. We have Flowbella, and a lot of choices. Maybe between all of these choices, we have PowerPoint. But this is not the only choice that we can use to design some presentations today. But if you don't have internet connection, for example, I think maybe any day you don't have data, any day you don't have Wi-Fi in your house, at home, in your office, at your job, maybe you don't have internet. What can you do if you are using Prezi? Maybe with Prezi we can download a version to work offline, but I don't know if it works very well. I'm not sure. But all these options that you are watching here, for example, let me see here. For example, Prezi. This is 100% online. But I am making emphasis in the best options. For example, Genially. This is a new version of presentations to work online too. Canva is a good version, but all these choices need to work online. If you don't have internet connection, you are in a trouble. You have problems. What else? For example, the best choices I am sharing with you today. For example, Powtoon. This is a good software that you can work, but you need internet connection. So if you don't have internet connection and you need to do good presentations, you need to develop some topic in your house, in your office, but you don't have internet connection, you can work very easy PowerPoint. So PowerPoint is a good choice when you don't have internet connection. I'm sure that we have, for example, Office Online, Office 365, for example. You can work online, but a lot of people in Guatemala not necessarily has internet connection. So they need to install the version of PowerPoint in the hard disk, and they can use, in this case, for example, PowerPoint that is installed in your hard disk in your computer. But if you either have, for example, internet connection, you have these options. But I am making emphasis in Prezi, Powtoon, Genially, and Canva. Maybe Google Slides, maybe it's very useful and has a lot of choices to work 100% online. But in this case, I'm making emphasis. I repeat, I'm going to work with you talking about PowerPoint. Okay, what else? It doesn't matter if you are working in PowerPoint, you are working in Prezi, in Powtoon, it doesn't matter. You need some advices or some recommendations to work in any presentation software. We have two advices for you. The number one is named follow the 5-5 rule, the 5 and 5 rule. What is the meaning of this rule? You can read maybe in the black letters. It says that you don't need more than 5 words per line. You don't need more than 5 lines per slide, because if you copy and paste a lot of information, you will have a lot of problems. A lot of problems because all your people that are receiving your presentation, your topic, maybe will be bored, will or won't understand what exactly do you want to explain to them, and you need to follow this rule. Please, only 5 words per line and only 5 lines per slide. What is the example? The example is this slide that you are watching, because I was designing these slides for you, and always I follow this rule, the rule 5 and 5. No more than 5 words per line and no more than 5 lines per slide. Okay, number one. Number two, please don't read your presentation. Please don't read your presentation. If you copy some information, some data, for example, in Wikipedia, and you don't have a lot of time to design your presentation, and you are in a rush hour, and you are always fighting with the time, you only copy and paste, and your students, the people who are receiving the topic, you say, for example, let's read, we are going to read, and you start reading your presentation. It doesn't work very well. It's not good. It's very boring. It only shows that you don't be prepared to show the presentation, to develop the topic. So you need understand today that please don't read anything. Please don't read. Please explain. Use, for example, videos. Use, for example, pictures, some photographics. I don't know. But you can avoid, if you can avoid to read the information, especially when you copy and paste a lot of information in a slide, for example, and it's very boring. Oh, start with I don't know, with dream in the class. So, you are sleepy, for example, because this is very very bored. Please don't read, and please follow the rule 5 and 5. What else? What more I have here for you? Think about your audience, please. Who is the people who will listening to you? Maybe you are working with children, you will work with boys, with teenagers, you are working with teachers, you are working with adult people, you are working with old people. It doesn't matter. With professionals, it doesn't matter. But please take a focus in your audience, in the public that is listening to you, that is watching to you when you are developing your topic. So you have two ways: the easy way or the difficult or hard way. You choose. You choose. You have the control. What do you think? What do you think, and what do you want to share to your public, to your audience? If you don't dedicate a lot of time designing your slides, you will have problems because maybe you will copy and paste. And this is a big mistake when you are designing slides in PowerPoint. Please focus in your audience. You are working with children, please use a lot of cartoons. You are working with young people, use a lot of pictures. You are working maybe with old people, use a lot of videos, because the people, very quickly forgot the information. We need to remember and make a relationship from an image with the information. So what is the example? The example is this slide. I have one picture in a lot of no, excuse me, a little lines. In this case, 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. I am following the rule. Remember, what was the rule? The rule was 5 and 5. How many lines can you read here? 4 lines in one picture. This is an example. But you need to focus in your audience. What else? More tips. Please be careful with the time. Always watch the time. We have today a cell phone. We have today some applications. For example, you can download the application is named, for example, Simple City. You can download and you can indicate, for example, I have 10 seconds and you can start, and it's working with the apps that your cell phone has. But this is an app. This is time to end. This is time. It's end. The class is end. This is only example. We have more time. But you need your watch, you need a clock, you need your cell phone when you are sharing a topic, when you are sharing a presentation. It doesn't matter if you are using PowerPoint or you are using the other choices that we were talking maybe 5 minutes ago. So what do you need? You need maybe this app or a lot of apps that you can find in the internet, in the Google Play, in the App Store. It doesn't matter. But please watch the time. Watch the time. If you are not watching the time, maybe you will talk by maybe 2 hours, and the people will be very, very bored. You need, please, focus on the time. I was talking with you 1 minute ago. Focus on the audience. Now I'm talking with you and saying to you, please focus on the time. If you focus on the time, you focus on your audience, and you take these advices, the 5 and 5 rule, and don't read your slides, you will have the success when you will make presentations using PowerPoint or any choice online. What else we have here? Okay, we have here an example. This example is a man speaking to the public, speaking to the audience, speaking in a hall, and he has two computers. Maybe you can watch in the picture, and maybe in front of him you can watch maybe 2,000, 3,000. I don't know how many people is in the hall, but maybe I can think that maybe 200 people. 200 people like we are connected today. So we are now 200 people connected. So I have a big responsibility here that you will not become bored listening to me and watching my presentation. So please focus in the advices, focus in the time, focus in your audience, in the public, and please be prepared with all your equipment. Maybe if you will use a laptop, please be sure that the battery is very well. Please be sure that you have internet connection if you will use. Please watch the electricity. Please watch what else? The light. Please watch the space that you have. Why? Because all people is watching you. And mainly, you need focus in your presentation. Please don't copy and don't paste. Please don't copy, don't paste with when you are designing a presentation in PowerPoint. This is very boring. In this case, your presentation is not talking good about you. You need to dedicate time when you are designing your slides, your presentations, your videos, your pictures. But remember, all people is watching you, and you need to have the control about all the tools that you have available when you are presenting something in front of the people, or maybe today that we are living on pandemic, maybe online. But please be ready. Be ready when you are the presenter. What else? What do you want? Do you want to have your public, your audience, like this picture? All the people is you can watch it. What? How much time I need to listen this teacher? Or the another people, other men and women there is. I'm sleepy. I don't understand anything. I don't want to listen anymore to this person who is talking to me. Why? Because your presentation is boring. Maybe you have copy and paste in your slides, and this is not my advices for you. My advices for you is please design very well your slides. Don't use more than 5 lines, 5 words per line. Don't use more than 5 lines per slide. Please always watch your time. Please don't read your presentation. Please watch your audience. Focus in your audience. Don't copy and don't paste. You have a lot of advices. If you are a teacher, if you are an engineer, if you are an architect, if you are a mechanic, if you are a lawyer, if you are a huge, I don't know what is your profession. It doesn't matter. You need to make good presentations. What are the advices? What are the advices? I am repeating and repeating to you. If you don't want this picture, maybe you want this public. The public is ready to watch, is ready to answer, is ready to make a question, is focused in the topic, because you are using a good presentation. It doesn't matter if you use PowerPoint, if you use Prezi, if you use Powtoon, I don't know, and so on. But you need focus in the public. You need focus in your audience. If you do like I am talking with you today, you will have the success. When you present anything to the public in your job, in the college, in the university, in the school, it doesn't matter. Offline or online, it doesn't matter. You will be and you will have the success if you follow the advices that we are sharing with you today. Please remind, you have the control. No anymore have the control. You have the control when you are presenting to your public your topic, your presentation. You have the control. You need to watch the time. You need to watch your public. You need to have the control about your equipment, your computer, your camera, your cell phone, your microphone. I don't know, all your equipment that you will use or you will need. Maybe a good idea is that you ask for an auxiliar, for example. I don't know, a man, a secretary who help to you to be prepared before and after in during your presentation. But remind, please, you have the control. You have the control. You have how much time. You know how many tools do you need. You take your time to design your presentation, to use some pictures, to use the idea that you need to give or to share with your public. You have the control. So finally, I want to show some tips in Microsoft PowerPoint. For example, when you are finishing your slides, you finish your presentation in PowerPoint, you need to save this presentation. The step number one is please go to the menu file. In Spanish, we say archivo. Or you can press the shortcut Control G. In Spanish, Control G. In English, Control S from save. It doesn't matter. I know that I'm talking with people from Guatemala, so you speak Spanish, maybe the 150% maybe, but you need to watch this tip. This is one tip. When you finish your presentation, go to step number one, go to file. Step number two, go to save as. In Spanish, we say guardar como, save as. Or maybe you can press the shortcut F12. Remember, it works in Microsoft Word, it works in Microsoft Excel, and it works very, very nice in Microsoft PowerPoint. But if you can, if you choose to use your mouse, you can go to File, you can go to Save As, Archivo, Guardar Como. Step number two. Step number three, you can choose here a lot of choices to save your presentation. For example, you can save your presentation like PPTX. This is the default extension of PowerPoint. Maybe you can save it like a PDF document. You have these choices, but you have a lot of choices in PowerPoint. I only have here a screen because I want to share with you the choices that you have when you press F12 or you go to Archivo. In Spanish, you go to Guardar Como, and you choose below of the name, you can find, for example, choices like, let me see, I will make a zoom here. Choices like, let's read, presentation in PowerPoint, PPTX, presentations in PowerPoint, Mac OS, nice. PowerPoint with all versions, PPT, PDF documents, XPS documents, in Spanish, POTX, plantilla de PowerPoint. What more choices? Plantilla de macros, plantilla de PowerPoint, all versions, tema de Office, presentaciones de diapositivas, presentaciones con diapositivas de PowerPoint habilitada para macros, presentaciones de versiones anteriores. Excuse me, I'm Spanglish. Complemento de PowerPoint, PPM. Complemento de PowerPoint all versions, XML. But the most important choice here is, please watch, video MP4 or MP4. We say it in Spanish, MP4. So you can save your presentation like a video. In PowerPoint, yes, you can make videos using PowerPoint. Videos like YouTube, yes, my lord, yes. But what is the choice? You can watch here. I use, let me see. Okay. I am not in the presentation here. For example, this is the most important choice here in PowerPoint. For me, this is the most important. For me, this is the most important choice because you can save your presentations like a video, and you can up to PowerPoint, to YouTube, excuse me, and you can share in, for example, WhatsApp, in Facebook. It doesn't matter. You can do, and you can make, and you can design videos using PowerPoint, but you need to save using this choice: video MPEG4, MP4, MP4, we say in Spanish. And you have a lot of choices like JPG, like photo, PNG, WMF, RTF, and a lot of choices that you have there. Windows Media Player. You can choose like these options, but I recommend, and I'm doing and giving and sharing with you a choice. You can use MPEG4. You can save your presentations like a video, So we have here the time to share with you. I don't know what choices I have. Let me see, please. This is okay. Questions? No. Okay. Let me share with you here my PowerPoint. Here you can watch my presentation of this class. I have here the slides. You can watch my designs that I'm using in every single class. And we have here a lot of choices. I have here a lot of pictures. For example, this is one picture. Can you watch? This is another picture. Can you watch? And this is transparent. Can you watch this? How can I do this square transparent? This is very easy. You can here and select the picture or excuse me, the shape that you want. And are you watching me? Yes. Are you watching? So, and you need to be transparent this square. What do? You can use right click here, or you can go to formato. It doesn't matter. You can go with the mouse here, relleno de forma, and you can choose a lot of colors here. But the transparent choices I can find here in formato de forma. You select formato de forma in Spanish. When you select formato de forma, you go to the right of your presentation. You have here relleno in Spanish. And you select transparencia. And you go to 0 to 100% about the transparent. Maybe you can change the color, and you go again to change the transparency. I don't know. You can choose here, and it's very useful for me. It's very useful and very easy to do. You can do this using any square that you watch here. For example, this famous, it's very ugly. Let me see another choice here. For example, circle. I don't know why. Okay, right click and you go to formato de forma, and you go to transparencia, and you change the color or the style that you want. It's very for me it's very useful. So you can I used to copy and paste the images from internet, but you can a lot of choices here. You can watch, I copy and paste, or you can design this type of objects inside your presentations. This is image. It's very easy. I don't need to make a big explain to you, but I need to make an emphasis in what? In this case, save as. Save as. When you select save as, you need to say, for example, to PowerPoint that you will save your documents, and you will choose here. I hope that you are watching the MPEG format. Talking about video, when you select this choice, you can, for example, save example of a video in PowerPoint. And you press enter. And what do we need? You need to watch here below. I don't know if you can watch, but here is creating the video of PowerPoint. I hope that you can watch here at the bottom of my screen. Here is working. Microsoft PowerPoint is working. It's creating the video. We need to wait maybe 1 or 2 minutes. It depends how many slides you have in your presentation. What do you need, or what do we need? We need time to wait for the transform or the work that PowerPoint is doing for us. This is very useful. You don't need to download any other choice or any other software, another tool. You can use Microsoft PowerPoint to do, in this case, videos. This is a very useful information, I think. I don't know if you consider that it's very useful for you. But you have here a lot of choices to make with Microsoft PowerPoint. Let me see, because we are arriving almost to the time, and I'm watching my clock, because I'm talking about to take the control. So remember, we were talking about the steps. I am transforming and working an example, video example in PowerPoint, but we have questions for this class. I'm watching my time, and we are okay. So I want to give you the last advice. Please practice your PowerPoint. Please transform your slides to a video, and you will discover good choices that PowerPoint has. Okay, let's see the questions for this week. What do you need to review, or what do you need to study or ask to Google, for example? Number 1, what's the creativity? What's the creativity? This is the question number 1. What is the creativity? Number 2, what's the PowerPoint's main function? Please think, what's the PowerPoint's main function? What's the main function? I think PowerPoint has a lot of functions, but what is the main function? Please think. Number 3, what are the most important advices when we work on PowerPoint? Think or review this video. What are the most important advices when we work in PowerPoint? So we can work in PowerPoint or in any software about presentation. Number 4, is important the audience when we are showing slides? Again, is important the audience when we are showing slides? What do you think? Number 5, what do you think? What do you think? Excuse me, the mistake. What do you think about the time when we share topics in PowerPoint? What do you think? What do you think about what? About the time. What do you think? It's important? It's not important? It doesn't matter? The public, it doesn't matter? What do you think about the time? So please think about the time. I'm watching my clock. I'm watching the time. And please go to the internet, ask to your partners, or go to your PowerPoint and practice this week. So we are arriving at the end of the class, and I repeat again, it will be always a big pleasure for me to share with you the class. Thank you for listening to me and watching this class. Thank you. I will watch to you the next week. Bye-bye. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.